Welcome, Ravens. I hope you're well. Excuse me, should we get that out of the way first? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to February. And if you've seen recently on my Instagram, which I posted up a week or so ago, I can't remember, I think it was the weekend. I have decided that February is Fashion February. So I haven't done fashion videos in a while, excluding last week's Killstar one, and it got me thinking around, I've been purchasing, there's a few bits I've had my eye on. You may have seen them if you follow me on Instagram, but I thought this month was a good month for Fashion February. So I'm going to be doing a series of 4 videos, one each week in February, and I'm going to be doing 3 hauls and 1 fashion fails. So those bits I've purchased or tried on or have since, well, if I've tried them on and they're no good, obviously I've probably returned them by now. But there are some bits I have purchased and kept that probably could do with a bit of a point out. I also have one rant, but I'm saving that to the end. So today's video is all about ASOS. Now, I have purchased, I would say 3 different levels, so I'm going to do 3 different videos. Obviously I've got my fast fashion. These are some staple pieces I needed for work for the winter months that I didn't have, where my fashion has evolved over the last year, and that's really hard to consider when you think I've not been purchasing anything. So although I've not been purchasing, I have found items. I have done 3 huge clear outs during 2021, and I found items that have been hidden or I'd forgotten about, and I've tried to evolve my fashion a little bit and style things in different ways because I've limited myself to a certain amount of clothing. So I went on to ASOS. I've been keeping a look out for trends, what's coming up, especially over the last few months where things are starting to get into your winter looks. Obviously now I'm buying in 2022, they're looking more at spring fashion, but there are still a few gems knocking around which I have found really helpful for work. So the first one I'm going to show you, because I'm going to leave the best to last on this one, I'm going to show you just a bulk standard turtleneck. Now, for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I have a clothes rack. I purchased a clothes rack finally, so hopefully my fashion videos might look a little bit more organised. She says it's never going to get organised on this channel. Let's just leave that there. But apologies if I don't have the exact prices for these. I'm going to go with a rough amount. I know what some of them were. The reason for that is I had a discount code. Obviously ASOS had been missing me for a year. I got a discount code over Christmas, and it was valid for January. I don't know if it was something, and then they had like a sale code as well. If you spent a certain amount you could use a code. My voucher code for January runs out tomorrow, so I probably won't use it, but I did use their spend over a certain amount and get 20% off or 15% off. I can't quite remember. I think it's if you spent over £80, you got 15% off. So I don't know the exact prices. Now, 2 of the items were the same. I bought them for sizing, but I'm going to talk about those 2 in my fashion fails video. So I'm going to talk about 3 ASOS items today. I'm going to show you what they are here, hopefully. I've got them, and I will be doing a try on for you, because I did have somebody complain on my videos that I didn't actually try on one of the items that I had when I was reviewing it, although I did put photos up. So I'm making the effort this year. I've got a better setup. And bearing in mind this is like 15 months ago, if not longer, probably nearly 18 months ago. So, I've got a better setup. But she's rambling. So let's talk about this first item. This item is a bulk standard, plain, ribbed, knit, roll neck. It's got pretty long sleeves. I'm 5'7" and the sleeves fit me. It is very stretchy, so any of you out there that want stretchy knit, this item is really good. This was around, I've got a feeling it was about £26 for a jumper, a roll neck jumper. You can probably pick one up cheaper in Primark if you fit in Primark clothes. I don't. I did look when I went shopping at Yours Clothing, which will be next week's video, at their jumpers, but they didn't have anything quite like this, so hence my trip to ASOS. This is quite a long jumper. It's, you know, just a little bit shorter than the sleeve length. It has a roll neck that's not too choking. I do find sometimes that the knit in the roll neck is a lot tighter than the knit in the body of jumpers, and obviously, but I do find that this one doesn't choke me. They've made it quite baggy, which is really nice. So you have the option of wearing it kind of just slouched or folding it over. It's cool, and you can fold it over as many times as you want, that it works and is comfortable for you. Like I said, it's pretty long. I have worn this. I washed it last night, so it is clean. It probably still has cat hair on it. Just a fact of living in this house, I'm afraid. But this is a, like I said, just a simple roll neck. It's for work. I can dress it up with a jacket. I can wear it with a skater skirt. I keep covering my face with it. I do apologise. And yeah, it's just a very nice staple item for those cold mornings in the office, or when working from home and you have to have your camera on for meetings. You know, I can pop this on, and from, excuse the hanger, you know, it's still quite a professional look. I'm not maybe I have pyjamas on the bottom, but you know, from the top side it's quite a professional look. So I have worn and washed this. It is washed very, very well. It hasn't started. I've probably worn this 4 times since I've had it, and it has not started pilling. I've not seen any loose threads. It's warm but lightweight. As you know, your girl gets hot. That's why you could probably hear the fan in the background. But yeah, it's, as you can see the lights through it, so you know it's not a thick one. But under a jacket for work, or with a pair of trousers, or with a skater skirt, it does the job. So let me go style it for you, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm back with item number 2. By the way, before I forget to mention it, because my filming setup has just reminded me, I hope the sound is better this week. I do have a new microphone. I still can't find the one I've got. Somewhere along the lines, it's just going to miraculously appear, like the 2 necklaces I have that are missing, which I also know are in the house. But yeah, so I hope the sound is a lot better for you this week. So, excuse me, item number 2 is also an ASOS jumper. By the way, the last one was by Collusion. This is by Urban Bliss, and I got them both in the same size. I should have mentioned that at the time. I got the jumper in a size 24 because it was stretchy. I didn't want it to be see-through when I wore it, so I wanted it, and I didn't want it too figure hugging. The worst thing for me in the world is to have a jumper that clings to me, so that was in a size 24. I also found this gem. I have gotten into crop tops. Not something I ever thought I would wear. I don't feel I have the figure for crop tops. However, I have pushed myself. When I went through clearing out, as I mentioned, I found some items I didn't realise I had, and I've been wearing crop tops. If you, again, follow me on Instagram, you will have seen me wearing crop top kind of vest tops, knitted vest top over a blouse. I've worn it over over dresses. I wear them with high-waisted skirts. I wear, you know, just a nice crop top, not bearing too much skin. I am aware I am in my 40s, but sometimes, you know, a long skirt and a crop top looks really nice, especially when I do wear them so high-waisted. So I found this little gem, and I cannot remember how much this was. I think it was £28. And the thing that shook me, I just said the one thing I hate. I am not shook. I am shocked. I grew up with grammar. Sorry. Try that one again. The one thing that shocked me about this jumper was the weight of it. Now, this jumper is, what, 18 inches in length? It's just really heavy. It's got a very tight knit. It has awesome balloon sleeves, so I knew it was going to fit on my arms. A bit like this type of thing. It's got that extra ruffle on the top as well. And again, the sleeves are very long, but I like the fact that they have a deep cuff. I have seen a lot of tops with, and I've got a dress coming up in next week's video that has that kind of balloon sleeve, but they put a little bit of elastic or a very short cuff, and I don't know, it just doesn't look pleasing to me as an aesthetic. But the deep cuff on this I love. It also makes the sleeves very, very long. It also means that it's stretchy in that cuff. You find the short cuffs tend not to give so much stretch. This is very, very stretchy, so I can pull the sleeves up on my arms, which I love to do. I think it was kind of an 80s thing, wasn't it? You pulled the sleeves up on your jacket and push them up, and because that's the era I grew up in, I never really stopped doing it. So to be able to push the cuffs up, I really like. But what I love about this, which you may not be able to see on camera, is it has this keyhole, and it's kind of a wrapped piece. So it's a keyhole, but it's not a straight keyhole. So you have a piece that wraps over, and then it comes down here. So it's got that kind of peekaboo piece, but obviously when I'm wearing it, it does stretch it out and you get that keyhole. It has a nice neckline, again, not too tight around the neck. It's quite loose, there's a lot of space, so it sits quite nicely. It doesn't feel like it's, you know, choking you. What else can I say? Downside to this top, it is very short. Now again, I sized up to a 24, not wanting it to be too tight, and it's really nice. I love wearing it, and again, I've worn this a couple of times, but it is very short. If you are conscious of showing your belly, I would not recommend this for you unless you are wearing it over a longer top or over a dress or with something that is very, very high-waisted. And when I say that, it's because I wear basque style bras because I find them more comfortable being in my size. I find they give more support than that elastic band that just cuts into you. So I have a piece about that deep under my bra, so where the cup is, there will be another section of fabric that goes around, and it's plastic boned, I suppose you could call it, and this exposes it. If I move, it exposes it. So I wore it the other day, I was just working. I wore it for work at home, and I had tracksuit bottoms on the bottom, and there was definitely a gap. You could see my sternum tattoo. So if you are conscious of a belly, I would not necessarily recommend this as one for you to wear. But if you don't care and you're like me, and if you don't really want to see it, don't look. This jumper is beautiful. I did put it up on Instagram the other day and instantly got comments about how nice it looked, how nice the neckline was. So it's definitely a good buy. I believe it was, I want to say it was about £28. Maybe it wasn't. I can't remember. I'll pop a picture up here of it on the model. It's really nice. It's such a nice jumper. It's such a good weight for something that normally you wouldn't expect, so it does keep you quite cozy even though it's cropped. And yeah, I will go and pop and style this one and show you how this one looks. Now, this last item, I was a bit of an impulse buy. It's just beautiful, and I was very conscious that when I bought it, it was going to be a absolute Marmite piece. I was going to love it or I was going to hate it. And I actually sent a picture of it to two of my friends. I sent it to my best friend, and I sent it to another goth girl that I spend time with, who's a bigger lady. My best friend is very small, and she will give me that kind of, yeah, go for it kind of thing. She's my demon angel. She really is. Go shopping with her, it's just buy it. But she will tell me if she likes it, then my dodge radar goes to the good. If she goes, not so sure, then I know to leave it a miss. It's a bit like the Griffin with my outfits. If I go to him and go, does this look okay? He'll go, yep, you look great. Or he'll go, and it's when he does that, I know it's not quite right for me. Always good to have one of those types of friends or a partner, believe me. Now, when I sent it to my other friend, she was like, oh my God, I love it. And I'm like, yeah, but would you wear it knowing that we're a bit bigger? And she's like, yeah, why not? And my bestie went, do it. Her normal answer to everything, just do it, give it a go, see what happens. So I purchased this, and I'm going to show you it on the model first. I saw it on the model and I was like, oh my God, it's gorgeous, but wow, that is high. Now, I wear my skirts high-waisted, as I've mentioned several times already in this video, and knowing that that is exposing, I had to think about it. So this, although this ASOS was a bit of an impulse buy item, I did actually think about it for about 48 hours before placing the order. So it was an impulse on the, oh my God, I love it, it's going to work, or I'm going to love it or hate it. But I definitely did think about how I could style it should I love it. So I will show you how I style it, and how I intend to style it, and I've got a couple of options. But I need to talk to you about this skirt. Now, I know that my bottom half is quite large. I know that I have my double belly problem, which I talk about quite openly. And I was concerned with, although I'm very happy with my body, I'm comfortable in my own skin, I will wear a swimsuit around the pool and not care. You know, I do think about how certain things look. I have a friend on Instagram who's like, I love bodycon skirts. I'm like, I wish I could wear them because, you know, I worry about my belly. And she said, actually, they make me feel more secure. I'm like, okay. But I don't like the look personally on me where I have my belly showing and then it cuts in. And I do find sometimes it can be a little bit uncomfortable to wear. So I was very surprised when I got this item. Looking at it on the model, it looked like it tapered in quite a bit, and it was something the Griffin said to me of, actually, is that not going to be too narrow to walk in? And I thought the last thing I need with the size of my legs is a wiggle skirt, but hey, I can return it if there's a problem. I'm so glad I didn't. This skirt is beautiful. It is part of the ASOS Design Curve collection, and I did size up. I would suggest, if you are like me and you have that bottom belly problem, and we'll just call it that you do size up if you love this skirt, and it is still available, because it's actually straight up and down. It gives the illusion of being tapered, but actually it's not. The bottom of the skirt is exactly the same width as the top, which in fact actually it's a bit longer. I thought it was the same width, but it's not. It's actually a bit longer. So the waistband of the skirt is there, and I've got all this extra space, so it's actually very, very straight when you wear it, which means it doesn't impede walking. However, it is static. I have it sticks to my legs, so when I do try it on, please don't call me out for it. I know I also have tights on, so as I can show you the design around my legs, but yes, it's static, so that's a slight problem, but not enough to get rid of it. This lace is beautiful. It's like a mesh polka dot piece, and then we actually have lace attached to the velvet that overlaps on both sides, and it is identical on both sides, but as you can see, it's completely see-through, which I love this. It is very thick velvet, although you can see my lights through it, you know, it's, if I stretch it, but because I've sized up, it's not completely see-through. The downside of this skirt, this slit is very high. Now you only have about, what's that, 3 inches, 3.5 inches, about 3.5 inches from the top of the waistband to where it starts to become sheer. You do have the extra bit of coverage with the lace, but believe me, that doesn't give you a lot. It's a tough one for wearing. If I was just, I think the term is pot-bellied, rather than having the saggy double belly, I would wear this no problem. I would find a thong, a nice pair of tights or whatever, and I would wear it as it is. What I found is, because of where I wear it high-waisted and I can't wear it any lower, because of where I wear it, if I wear it just with pants, you can see my belly in the outline, and it's just nothing to the imagination. So I have popped my black booty shorts, whatever you want to call them, underneath it, and for me that's enough to cover what I need to cover to stay decent. Now obviously that is a summer option. For the winter I would wear thick black tights, potentially even leggings underneath it, and you would still see that it has velvet and lace. So it's a versatile skirt. It's a way of wearing velvet in the summer, which, you know, it's the beginning of the year. I want to wear something like this that I paid for all year round. And I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I was very surprised with it. I was very surprised to see how well it, or how good it looked on me compared to having a normal pencil skirt, you know. Anyway, shall I just show you? Let's get on with styling it up. So those were the pieces from ASOS that I kept. Like I said, I did buy 2 other pieces, but I'm going to be talking about those pieces in my fashion fails and why. I've already had to send those back because they were on a, like I said, an offer, and I'm one of these people who don't keep parcels around, I'm afraid, and I didn't have a chance to film before having to send them back. So apologies for that. But I do just want to chuck into this video because I think it kind of fits as a little added extra for you. This top. Now I haven't worn it out yet. This was again another gamble. I was looking for, I'm not quite sure what I was looking for, something gothy that I could wear to work, I guess, that was a little bit more goth than just a black top. So I was looking through SimplyBe. For those of you who don't know SimplyBe, they are owned by JD Williams, and they are catalogues very much. They're all very much the same. Ambrose Wilson, SimplyBe, Fashion World. it's all pretty much the same thing, like Very Little Woods. It's all the same company, they just split it out, and on certain ones you can get items that aren't available on the others. So I've had a Fashion World account for years, mainly because it was the one place I could get fairly decent workwear that was of plus size. This is before the days of Yours Clothing, this is before the days of high street plus size. So I've had that account for years. But the sister company, probably the more better known one, is SimplyBe. And I was having a peruse around the tops, and I found, and yes, it still has its labels on it, I found this gem. This is a black peplum ruched shoulder mesh top velvet piece of beauty, and I'll tell you why I'm really happy that I found this. Simply Spooky, hi Kirst, did a video on one of the Killstar tops that looks very much like this. She also did a video on new look items, and I believe there was a couple of dresses that looked very much like this. Now, I love Kirsty's style, obviously not everything she does, because her look is very unique and it's very her, so not everything she does is for me, but I do love when she does her kind of the gothic-y tops with the high necks and the puffy sleeves. Even this top reminds me of Kirsty. And when I saw this, I had to have it. Again, it was going to be a will it, won't it kind of situation. Was it going to look okay? Would it fit around the neck? And it looks lovely. So it is a bit tighter around the neck, but it does fit. It has this piece, which is more of a taffeta than a mesh, although it is stretchy and it is meshed, it's netting kind of thing. It's more that kind of taffeta feel to it, so it is a little bit scratchy, but nothing to worry about too much. It's not itchy when you wear it. The velvet is black. Now, if you saw my Killstar video, if not, it'll be linked at the end. If you saw my Killstar video last week, you would have seen me going gaga over that black velvet top with the lace collar, and this is that kind of same dense black velvet. And I'm kind of hoping, although I haven't tried it yet, I'm kind of hoping this will go with this, the velvet skirt. I don't know if it's going to work, but in my try on I will put it together and see what you think. So this was £31. I do remember how much this one was, and I really like it. I did purchase some other items that got returned, again coming in the fails, but this is really nice. It does have a big red do not remove this tag, but I'm not sure why. Whether it's to do with the fact that it's by Little Mistress, but most of the time when I do returns, I don't have to worry about these tags unless they're very, very expensive. So it has the Little Mistress tag in there, and again I bought this in a 24, and the reason I did that was because I wasn't sure how the arms would go, and velvet being a warm fabric, I didn't want it too clingy. So let's go try this one on and I'll be back. So those are my items from my ASOS haul and one from SimplyBe. I hope this has helped you. I hope that the styling of the items has helped a little bit. You know, I haven't done fashion for a long time, so it's nice to be back. Again, everything there is really nice, really good quality. I don't really have any problems with it other than the velvet attracting cat hair. Sorry, it caught my eye there. So apart from the velvet attracting cat hair and the jumpers attracting cat hair, I don't have a problem with any of the items. Like I said, the jumpers I have worn already several times. The skirt, I'm actually going out with a friend at the end of February, so that is going to be worn, and maybe I'll wear it with that velvet top, who knows. But I will be back next week with a haul from Yours Clothing for week 2 of Fashion February. And until then, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe below if you're not already subscribed. And don't forget to go and check out my latest podcast. I will see you all again soon. And as always, my wonderful ravens, just do you.